Hello, my fellow player characters, and welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker. Okay, so last time, two times ago, we fought with some bandits, and then last time we went and beat up our purple gnome friend Tartusio, but now we're going to follow up on those bandits. So let's go ahead and hit the road, we'll choose our characters, and I'll see you soon. Alright guys, we've hit a random encounter, and since this one's kind of a scripted random encounter, I'm going to go through it. For now, I think I will have you guys watch me fight the random encounters, but if you think that's a little too much, we'll just go through the major story beats. Just let me know what you think is better. If you want to see me hit up every little manticore that attacks me or not. But for now, let's talk to the technically. A group of well-armed fighters approaches. One of them raises their voice, pointing at you. Hey, you! Stop right there! Kalina, look at this one. Will he do? The group's leader lays her cold and watchful eyes upon you. This one, I suppose, but I don't like his snout. She studies your companions carefully, but nonchalantly, as if examining goods at the market. Listen, you tramps. We're from the Technic League. And here, the Technic League is a group of arcanists and other lore seekers obsessed with unlocking the mysteries of the Silver Mount, an ancient alien artifact that crashed long ago near the Numerian capital city of Starfall. Alright, so, if I remember correctly, the Silver Mount is basically an alien spacecraft that fell, and that's why you can have the technology stuff on Galarian and in Pathfinder. I actually played one of the campaigns before, and it was pretty fun. So yeah. But these guys are basically researchers and wizards who go into that type of stuff. You actually find out that adamantine is a star metal, which is basically just obviously a metal from outer space. And yeah, so we'll continue. Our slave died, and we need a replacement. One of you will be coming with us. The rest of you are free to go. I advise against resistance. It would be a quick trick to kill every one of you. Choose now the one that you will give. Alright. You can ask what the Technic League is. I kind of explained it by looking at this. We can also be a little bit of a coward, but we can be lawful good, chaotic neutral, or chaotic evil. Lawful good and chaotic evil pull me too many directions if I want to maintain true neutral. So, you sure can talk. Let's see how you fight. Big mistake. Yeah! And Amiri immediately just wants to charge. Let's see, we have an archer, and we have a mage, third level wizard. So, I'm going to move to this wizard. I want Valerie to take on the swordsman, and Amiri to come after here. Arum, sorry, will go after this guy, and Lindsay will make us better at fighting. I wonder if I can charge. Ooh, I can. And I wonder if I can charge. I have 3.3 rounds, so I'm just gonna not charge. You have crossed paths with the Technic League. And once you beat her up a little bit, she just runs away. Sadly, Lindsay is taking away our bonus. Okay, I want to... Ooh, leading touch. That'll make it hard for you to cast spells. And I miss. very effective fighter at all, am I? I'm gonna touch you. Actually, I probably should have just color sprayed the two of them, but no, Valerie's down. And her rim is down. Lindsay, get back up here, please. Thank you. Actually, you'll pick up Harlan. So a cool little thing happens before the leader leaves. If one of your characters falls before she runs away, she'll taunt you and say, "See what happens if you face us," and all this stuff. So yes, use this so I can heal everybody again, and then let's heal Valerie. Try again. Okay, and then I'm just gonna leave. And like I said, one of the cool things with this is as long as you don't have to skin any monsters, if you just try and leave, all of the loot can be found right here, so we're gonna collect all of that. And we leave. The insidious henchmen of the ominous Technic League have disappeared in the thick wilderness of the mysterious Stolen Lands. But not for long. Soon we'd beat upon them. First, though, we'd have to pick up their trail. To do that, okay, there's some options here. We can Knowledge Arcana. We would require a 12. Knowledge the World would require a 7. And Lore Nature would require a 12. So let's try the Knowledge of the World first. We tried to find anyone who could have seen these despicable people. We succeeded at that. This wilderness only seems deserted at first glance. Wandering around the area, we met a few mushroom gatherers and hunters who told us where they'd seen our quarry. We hadn't discovered the exact position of the camp, but we are closing in. After this, we tried to understand, based on what we've seen, what kind of spell Kalina used to get away and where it could bring her. And we failed that one. Unfortunately, a spell is such an elusive thing, it can hardly be called a thing at all. No matter how hard we thought, we still had no idea what exactly she used. We had to find another way. Without searching for other ways to simplify our work, we followed the trail. And we succeed. The henchmen of the ominous Technic League are truly insidious, and the Stolen Lands a mysterious thicket. But true heroes think nothing of such things. We easily picked up the trail of those scoundrels, and soon we found their camp. And this will reveal on the map where their camp is, and we gained a bunch of XP. Okay, so we've made it to the Thorn River. And basically, how you can find this position, it should be revealed on your map already. Just head south until you hit the river, and then either go north or south. But, yep. So we're going to explore around. Oh yeah, there's a hidden thing right here. We'll take that. That is a special item that will get you a fair amount of gold later on, once you establish your kingdom. So, for now, you can just tuck it away. Now, if you follow this road directly, you'll find the bandits quicker. But I'm going to look around the area first. And somebody spotted a trap. I did. I saw that trap. Go fix it, Lindsay. Okay. These traps down here are actually summoning traps. So if you trigger them, it summons a level 1 monster, I think. Like that. So it summoned a dog. And sadly, we get no XP for that, because we failed to disarm the trap, and the dog itself is not worth any XP. Okay, we got a scorched fragment of a necklace. This necklace is actually really cool for a rogue. Well, actually, it's really cool for just about anybody, but it's really effective for a rogue. But again, that doesn't pan out until after we establish a kingdom. Okay, now, let's see. There's a guy up a tree. She has a bow, so we can switch to that. Do you have a bow? No, but you can use one. Select everybody. And a bandit up a tree! Watch as my melee characters do nothing. And then we were done. Okay, go back to your normal weapon sets, because I don't want you guys to not use your weapons. Okay, so neither of those bandits... one of those bandits dropped a bag, but I can't get to this bandit, I guess, which kind of makes sense, even though there's a ladder up there, so you should be able to get up there. And the trees are in the way, but if I remember correctly, there's something hidden up here. And I am possibly very wrong. Nothing! Or my perception check failed. Which, since we're playing a randomized game, is very possible, because RNG's a sturdy carved with weapon marks along the sides. Okay, and we find the exit. Coming up, we're going to have a chance for an interesting skill interaction. Now, I don't think I'm going to necessarily play this where I just save and load over and over again to get the most beneficial outcomes for things. So, yeah, you'll see me play this basically live. Okay, the bandits' belongings are piled together in a messy heap. And we have a perception check. We have about 55% chance to figure it out, so search the belongings for information or valuables. Hey, we succeed. You find a cache under all the clothes and blankets. Opening the lid of a small hollow, you find a box full of bottles. An inscription on the side reads, "Wine for the stag look. Don't you dare steal it, fools. I'll make sure you rot." Well, we can either take the wine, break the jars and spill the wine, or, because we passed our nature check, poison the wine. This would be way effective once we encounter the Stag Lord, and it actually comes up with a pretty funny scene. Alright, so we found the bandits. The dark-haired bandit is kicking the ground irritably. When she sees you, she squares her shoulders and clenches her hand axes. Well, look who's here. I'm not good, so I can't use whatever this assignment is. Oh, so usually I do play a good character, and if you're good, you can kind of talk Kressel into just walking away here. But I think I'm going to try and bribe her. I'm looking for the Stag Lord's fortress. Perhaps you'd be willing to help for a small reward? You really think I serve him for the money? Kressel smirks bitterly. Enough talk. Die. Who would hope to find honor among thieves? It will be a pleasure to cross blades with you. Ooh. So, this is actually a rarity for me, because I actually don't... Okay, I don't actually get into this fight very often. Now, okay, so it looks like we've got a couple of level 2s. What do I have spell-wise? I have a bunch of healing spells. So, Lindsay, do that. Valerie, come up here. Amiri, come up here. And you start shooting that guy. I'll attack some level 2 bandits. I want to try and leave Kressel for last. Well, I would like to, but that may not be an opportunity. Let's see if we can make her start laughing. Ah, she made her will save. I asked you to do this.
They go down!
This won't kill me.
Serves you right.
And Haram, I need you to do this for me, please.
Could be worse. And will be. Definitely will be.
Okay, so one of the things that you just noticed is I actually did heal Kressel a little bit. Alright, so because we were not a good character, we could not save Kressel, sadly. We tried for a brief second.
This should do it.
But we will take all the stuff that we can. And we find a man here. You see a dark-haired man of about 45, though the wrinkles on his face make him look 60 at first sight. He's currently a prisoner, judging from his tied hands. He slouches a bit, squinting short-sightedly at the light as he moves his lips as though speaking to someone invisible. He jerks his head up as he notices you. Praise Arestil! Someone finally chased off those scoundrels. Thank you, stranger. My name is Jod Kovkin. I am a priest of Arestil from Galt. Those bandits attacked me as I was crossing the river. Said they wanted to take me to their leader, make me heal their wounds. Not a chance! The strength granted me by Arestil is meant to help honest people, not robbers. Do the neutral good thing. Release John. I'm glad I could help. Oh, these times! To be as surprised to meet an honest man as to see a manticore at a vegetable stall. Thank you for your help. I've exhausted my supply of prayers, but I'll gladly repay you in the future, once I've restored my strength. Come to me if you ever need to be healed or blessed. I'm afraid an old fool like me won't be able to handle the mission given me by Arestil on my own. How can I search for the temple when the bandits around here won't let me take a single step? I'll head to Oleg Levton's trading post to rest and to think on what to do next. Please, traveler, if you happen to discover the ruins of the Temple of the Elk, come inform old John. My gratitude will know no bounds. And he will slowly walk away. Okay, and I believe we got Svetlana's ring. Yep, there we are. We got Kressel's axes, and we have some magical studded leather armor. I'm wearing half plate. She's wearing banded mail. You've got hide. Does the magical... doesn't really do anything. Okay, so we'll give it to Lindsay. You notice here that my strength and dexterity is reduced for a number of my characters. That's because we are fatigued. We need to take a nap. I have an S-Start +1 and a Gnome Hooked Hammer +1. All things that nobody can use. but I do have a ring of protection. I already have Tartuccio's present on my main character, so we'll give her that ring. And I think that's all I can do for now. Okay, so that's all the equipment. Oh, also, another recipe, sweet pancakes. So we'll copy that. Okay. And that was the bandits camp. Now, if you can convince Kressel to not fight you, she becomes a pretty interesting NPC, I guess. She will help you fight the Stag Lord when you go to his fortress. And then she kind of just becomes a regular at the trading post. But sadly, we were not able to convince her because I decided to be a neutral jerk. Also, if I came here beforehand, I may have been able to talk her out of it easier. Like I said, if you come here before confronting Tartuccio, you get to encounter the second-in-command of the Stag Lord's... I'll have something down here. Of the Stag Lord's minions and such. So... Well, we killed those bandits, so how is that wine going to get to the Stag Lord? That doesn't really matter, it'll get there. Okay, so I'm gonna head back to the trading post. I'll see you guys there. Alright guys, I am back to Oleg's trading post. We are going to turn in our quests now. Tell me about the Stag Lord's gang and any other bandits operating in the area? No, I guess not. Nah, okay. I thought Oleg would want to know that we beat up the gang, but I know we need to talk to Svetlana. Good day to you. Do you need anything? I'd be happy to help you. I found your ring, Svetlana. Kressel, the bandit woman who had it, tried to kill me and died in the fight. I suppose I should tell you the truth about her. Kressel wasn't her real name. Her real name was Irina before all this. She was the daughter of my mother and her second husband, my half-sister. I can't help but feel like everything that happened to her was my fault. She always had a wildness to her. She'd wander the streets hanging out with a bad crowd. Until the day she passed, Mother complained about Irina constantly. Back then, it was just cruel games and strange escapades. She never really hurt anyone back in Rostov. Your father didn't live much longer than our mother, so I decided to try and help Irina. I brought her here, to the Stolen Lands, though Oleg was against it, and once here she immediately fell under the Stag Lord's influence. She never even needed to meet him. The stories and rumors from local hunters and bandits were enough to win her over. She would tell us how he was a real leader, unlike Rostov's softies. Eventually, she ran away, only to return under a new name with a pack of thugs to collect taxes from us. What's worse, she participated in the torture and execution of prisoners alongside the Stag Lord's minions. And now, meeting such an end. I realize you did what you had to. Perhaps it's all for the best, but still, I wonder if everything could have turned out differently. Thank you for returning my ring to me. I truly appreciate it. Now, if you don't mind, I think I'd like to be alone for a little while. That's understandable. So, yeah, if you're good, you can definitely save Kressel or Irina. Okay, so now I also decided to go ahead and dump all my stuff with Oleg. I think I have a little bit of time. We can go explore some other areas. So I will reach a point, and I will be right back. Okay, so I've decided to head south again, but this time we went to the east instead of to the west, where we were at Thorn River. I've come to the Shrike River. And I know that if I let this go on too long, I will start to get nightmares. So I'm going to go talk to somebody in this area. But first, I want to discover all of the little
In due time.
things in this burned out place. There's a little box here. Hey, stuff. There's also, I think, a little box over here somewhere, but I may not be able to find it just yet. So, we'll check it out when I have to return here. But if you come down here, you are accosted by a zombie. The corpse's face is bloated from being so long in the water. The stench from its toothless mouth is so foul that your eyes begin to water. The hand, clenching a sinister-looking spear, is covered with scabs. It's not a special spear, it's just a +1 spear. Suddenly you feel faint, as if a cold, wet hand is placed heavy on top of your head. Wet hair sticks to skin and trickles of icy cold water run down your face and shirt. A hoarse whisper rises inside your head. There you are. Who are you? Davik, at your home. A storm of bright images flashes before your eyes. A long time ago, this person, then a living man, came here from Ravoy, constructed a rope bridge, built a house, and lived in it, collecting payment from those who crossed the river. How did you die? You see a vision of a lovely spring day, sunbeams shine warm against your cheeks. 3 men approach the house by the bridge, one of them wearing an antlered helmet, the Stag Lord. Angry faces, a quarrel, the glint of an unsheathed sword. Suddenly the Stag Lord's greedy eyes are twisted by surprise. The master of the house has unleashed his hounds. A burning smell stirs you awake to the sound of a loud barking. Flames are crawling up the walls, the sound of breaking glass, the bitter cold night air. You are outside the house, and something is wrong. An arrow strikes deep in your shoulder. You hear the guffaw of 10 throats. You run, already in the middle of the bridge. The man in the antlered helm cuts one of the ropes. An ear-splitting scream fills the air. And what do you want from me? You see a vision of a man wearing an antlered helm. You hear a muffled groan, and the helm drops to the ground with a loud thud. Your hands are covered with hot blood. Too much blood. To the Stag Lord. Don't you hate it when someone asks you to do something you are going to do anyway? It makes me want to do nothing, just to spite them. I refuse to help you in person. You shouldn't have messed with my head. Now, oh yeah, I am a priest of Urgathoa, so that's an actual statement that's actually kind of cool. But why must I be the one who does it? You feel invisible fingers, cold as stone, draw aside a wet strand of hair from your forehead. Okay. Isn't it beautiful that Urgathoa gifted you with undeath so you can see your death avenged? This is totally tone deaf, but I'm going to say it anyways because this is a new thing I've never seen before. A series of visions flashes before your eyes. You see the Stag Lord dying in a variety of horrible ways. Impaled, beheaded, drowned, immolated. The dead man lets out a moan full of rage and anguish. Can't you kill the Stag Lord yourself? You see the Stag Lord and his cutthroats trying to build a new bridge here, then running madly away from the rotting monster. The Stag Lord has avoided this place ever since. Very well, I shall meet your vengeance upon the Stag Lord. The drowned man, who'd been sitting motionless, nods his head. Come later. Take the spear. I wonder now. I know normally this is just a +1 spear, but since I got that statement about Urgathoa, this might change. It might actually be a more interesting spear. I'll have to see. I'm looking forward to it. I hope it's not just a +1 spear, because that just turns into like 200 gold. And then if you come back up here, you can see the rope bridge and how it was cut.
That is not far.
And, one of the things I really wish you could do in the kingdom building is actually rebuild this bridge. It would make getting across the river easier at some points when you're adventuring. But, you know. And we'll take this coin. It is useless to me at the moment, but... Oh. And that is something I need to do when I get back to Oleg's. So, with that, guys, I think that's probably a good size for an episode. We encountered our first Technic League group of situations, which I think next time I'm going to go ahead and go take care of that, so we could get our 6th party member. We'll also get a 7th party member, but I probably won't be using him because he is... I don't care. But we will be getting a wizard on our team, which she is very effective. And eventually she will replace Lindsay as my rogue type as well, because she is very effective at the roguing. So I'm going to head back up towards Oleg's trading post, and I'll see you guys next time on Pathfinder Kingmaker. Thanks for watching.